I received a letter in the mail from Miss Richie regarding the recall, and I'm not going to comment on the recall, but I am going to comment on a comment in this letter, because Tough takes pride in trying to keep facts straight in political information. And there's a sentence here that I have an objection to. I was requested by our township manager, this is Ms. Richie's statement, I was requested by our township manager and by council to intercede with the potential developer in an attempt to minimize the housing density that could occur here. Now, I know about the manager's letter, but my question is about council. And I go to almost every town council meeting. I watch the others on FTTV, and I don't recall a public discussion or a public vote that ever addressed that Ms. Richie should talk to the developer. And I'm just thinking maybe I missed that. So I'm going to poll each council member, and I have limited time, so I'm hoping that I'm not filibustered here. But I'd just like to ask each council member if they recall a time when council told Ms. Richie to do that in a public session. Mr. Regan, do you recall that ever happening?
I don't recall ever at a public council meting that council had a resolution or made that recommendation.
Okay.
And I don't recall. I certainly didn't vote yes on it. And if there was a vote, it happened on a night I wasn't here.
Okay, I'm going to interject quickly. Can do this. No one is obligated to speak, but I'm just making that clear. Okay.
Ms. Dinelli? Okay. Mr. Levine, Mayor Levine.
No, we never did. I haven't missed a meeting since I've been mayor. We never voted on anyone meeting with anyone.
Mr. Vassanella?
I don't recall one, no.
Ms. Eberly?
I don't recall whether we did or not.
Mr. McKenzie?
I do not recall.
Mr. Prasad, you weren't on council at the time, so you get a bye on that. So, Ms. Richie, I don't understand how you can make that statement. Every council member who was here now said that.
That doesn't mean that it didn't happen. It just means we don't recall.
Well, none of you are able to recall it, Ms. Eberly. None of you are able to recall it. And I can't recall it, and I've watched every meeting, and I've been to every meeting.
Well, perhaps, it's...
No, I recall that
I
recall it never happened. I mean,
I don't recall it ever happened.
I would have recalled if that happened, and it didn't.
Okay, so Ms. Richie...
That's my...
Ms. Richie, there's a question of truth here.
No, there's a question that we...
Mr. Mayor,
I will...
Excuse me.
Go ahead. If council, since you asked her a question, when we're done...
Well, I asked her a question, and she answered, and I went on.
When you're done, I'll give you... If you want to embellish, you certainly can. Okay? But we'll do that. We're coming to your end. Okay,
So-
wrap up, and then I'll have...
Well, I'm wrapping up by asking Ms. Richie how she can make such a statement.
Okay, she's...
Okay, and there's no council comments tonight, so if she's going to answer me, it's now. I don't want to leave because of the weather and be said, well, gee, apparently Mr. Kramer doesn't want to listen to my answer. I'm waiting for the answer now, if there's an answer.
Okay.
No answer.
Now, I'll give, since Councilwoman Eberly, and we were asked, felt she wants to embellish her answer. You want to take a moment?
Yes, we
be
answer you.
brief.
We don't recall whether it happened, but that doesn't mean that it didn't happen, because not all of us keep recall these things that happened, say, 6 months, a year ago. That if it's not written down someplace. So it's not saying it didn't happen. We're saying as far as we know, we're not recalling it on ourselves.
Yes, as I
but that does not mean it didn't happen.
Okay, yes, as I recall, that's a defense scooter Libby's using right now.
Well,